Hello YouTube. Just want to make a really quick video because I will be out for the next couple days. So I will probably won't be able to make another video until Thursday, maybe Friday. I will be out of the country and I will not have my computer and microphone with me. But there has been a few pieces of nice news about mainstream crypto adoption that I would like to talk about, because those things always excite me. I think the single best way we can tell where crypto is going in the future is to look at how much mainstream adoption it is finding and in which direction that is moving. And I want to take a really quick superficial look just at the markets, because as you can see here, this is CoinMarketCap just now. I just opened this. Let's refresh it once more. We are back in a sea of green, except for Tether, but Tether, you never know if it's up or down. Because Tether, of course, is supposed to stick close to $1, so it's always ever so slightly up and down. It doesn't follow the rest of the markets. But aside from that, the top 30, 40, the top 50 coins are all up between a fraction of a percent and about 10%. We see IOTA up 11%, Ripple doing fantastically back at over 34 cents, 6.27% up. You know, this is pretty much a complete correction of everything that fell the other day. Like, just ever so slightly under the high values they found. We can see that here. It dropped a tiny bit. It's not quite as high as it was, I believe this is 2 days ago. But look at these lows here. Look at where we are now. Look at these lows. Look at where we are. It's pretty much reclaimed everything. Like, the highest Ripple went was 37 cents, I believe, and now it's at over 34 again, which significantly higher than the 28 cents we had a couple days ago. So we're seeing a lot of recovery here. It is the weekend, and we usually don't see an awful lot of movement during the weekend, but any day where the prices don't crash is a good sign. It's looking relatively stable right now, and like an ever so slight upward trend, but Bitcoin still not getting anywhere near to the... Sorry, my screen just tried to turn itself off and I had to click a button. Still not anywhere close to the 6,600 or 6,600 something we would need to break to have another bull market. We also see Bitcoin is the coin that has gone up the least out of all the major coins, but at least it is not keeping the other coins down right now, so that is all I want to see. But now let's look at some of the good news about crypto adoption. First of all, we have some analysts saying that crypto trading revenue could more than double in 2018. In 2017, we saw 1.8 billion in transaction fees. Those aren't the total profits of cryptocurrency trading, that is just transaction fees. And this year that is set to more than double. And that number from last year was already 8% of the total revenue of traditional exchanges. So that means that this year, cryptocurrencies will likely make up almost 20% of the profits, of the revenue made in the financial exchange market. That is huge, and it looks like it's only going to grow further. And this is still before a lot of the really big institutional investors are in the market. A lot of those are still waiting. A lot of them are still waiting for more regulation. A lot of them are waiting for a bit less volatility, but they're just waiting to pounce, waiting to get into the market, and then it's going to get even more crazy. But this is enormous. Crypto being, yeah, it will be just about 20%, almost 20% this year, if nothing crazy happens, if trading doesn't completely stop now. After almost 8 months, we can make pretty good statements like that. We can be pretty sure about that. That is going to be huge. Once we see that final number, right now it looks like it's going to be 4 billion. Once we see that final number, that is going to be all over the traditional financial news. Everyone is going to know about that. Everyone is going to know that crypto has finally arrived in 2018 and has become one of the biggest players in finance. So that is absolutely beautiful. Let's continue with a few smaller stories. This is a very general one about the market as a whole. Let's look at a few individual cases of adoption, some in places where you really don't expect it. Like, for instance, the artist Ai Weiwei, who you might be more familiar with him than his works, because he has been in the news a lot the last couple of years. He has been a vocal critic of China. even though he is Chinese, of course, and he has faced some issues in China for that. He lives in Berlin, I believe. Um, it's actually amazing. I've never just walked into him. I never ran into him. But he's a well-known artist and social critic, and he is using an Ethereum-based token called Priceless. It's actually twin tokens in an art installation, in an art project about value that he's doing with another artist, with Kevin Abosh. I probably mispronounced his last name, but they are doing a project together with the Priceless token. Then it is being sold as paper wallets, which is a bit traditional, but hey, why not? So that is one of the biggest artists in the world. Like, I was just at a museum earlier, and in the museum store, there were multiple books about Ai Weiwei, like, on displays. He is one of the biggest artists in the world, one of the biggest living artists, and he is making a project based on an Ethereum token right now. So that is pretty incredible. That is mainstream. I mean, I know we've seen pop stars make statements about cryptos before and stuff, but this is one of the first examples of someone really important in the art world, in the media, in the popular culture world, actually working directly with crypto, not just talking about it, not just accepting it as payment, but really working on the basis of it. And I think this is beautiful. I think this is gonna introduce a whole new world to cryptos in a way, because everyone in the art market, everyone who spends a lot of time dealing with art, especially really dealing with Ai Weiwei, will be confronted with cryptos like this. Even the ones who have no interest in the financial market, this might be their first exposure. So this is very, very interesting. And this essentially made cryptos art. You can own a crypto token and it doubles as owning art. That is completely new, and I think it's very interesting. Next up, 8tube, Tube 8, which is a Pornhub subsidiary. Pornhub, of course, owns a lot of PornTube websites. They have bought up a lot of their competition over the years. They're surprisingly huge. They are a really big company now. They are trying to move completely over to a tokenized system, and they are going to give its users VIT tokens, which is Vice Industry tokens. They are being used in the porn world by such sites as Playboy TV and Stormy Daniels already. But this site is a very big porn site. I don't have the numbers, but it's definitely a big player that has been around for a long time. And they are going to completely integrate a cryptocurrency token. Beautiful, isn't it? More mainstream adoption. I know porn is not generally seen as mainstream adoption, even though most people watch porn, but it's not something people usually talk about much. But one thing we see over and over and over is that new technologies that become mainstream at a later point are always adopted first by porn. Porn was first on the internet. Porn was first with streaming video. Porn was first with seeing how social media can be used to market products. Porn is doing a lot with VR and 3D. Like, porn is always very fast on new technologies. They're always with the disruptive technology. And we see this again with cryptocurrencies, where a lot of porn sites are integrating crypto. And this is the latest example. This is one of the highest profile examples so far. So also very great. Then we have news out of China. Massive retail company JD.com, which you probably haven't heard about if you're not Chinese, but that is the market leader over there, are offering a blockchain platform. They are offering both their own blockchain technologies and third-party technologies, as well as apps built on top of them. And it is meant for companies that want to use blockchain technology, but that don't have the funds and don't have the resources to make their own. So this is also potentially very big, because it's just a huge company offering all of this in one place. This will make it accessible for a lot of smaller companies, for a lot of startups especially, who might not be able to get millions and millions in funding in China. So more good news. This not as forward-facing. This isn't something most consumers will deal with, but this will have a big effect at the back end. And last but not least, this is more of a funny story. A judge set bail in cryptocurrency, an American judge. I honestly didn't even know this was legal in America, but I guess it is. This judge, I think it's a San Francisco judge. I don't know. But Judge Corley made this ruling, 750,000 of bail. That sounds high to me, but I think bail in America is just commonly set as high, isn't it? Well, I'm German, I don't have to know. But anyway, even the legal system is now officially a kryptonite space. And I just thought it was funny. And, you know, it's more mainstream adoption. And this will certainly make mainstream news as well, because it's just such a bizarre story. Anyway, that's it for now. Well, I hope we're in it for a few green days. I hope it's gonna continue going up. If you enjoyed this video, thanks for watching. If you didn't, do tell me how to improve. I am very new with this. If you want to support the channel, there's a Ripple donation address in the description. And thanks for watching. I will be back by Thursday or Friday. And until then, see you guys.